Hi guys, good afternoon. I hope my voice is audible for everyone. I will open my notepad and will start today's session. So today the first we will discuss about the AEM controls. AEM controls. So what are the AEM controls we have in AEM? We will discuss one by one. In the AEM we have the controls like first one is the sites control. Sites is the one console. First one is the sites console, and second one is package manager. Package manager is the second console, and third console is third console is assets. Third console is assets, and fourth console is page editor. And fifth console is CRXT, and sixth one is system console. So these are the consoles we have in AEM. So with the help of these consoles we can work. Okay, we'll try to understand the consoles one by one. In AEM we have the consoles like first one is the sites console, second one is the package manager, third one is the assets console, and fourth one is the page editor, fifth one is the CRXT meaning content repository extreme development environment, and sixth one is the system console. So these are the consoles. With the help of these consoles we can easily develop our websites like that. Okay, I will the first we will go one by one. So first we will go with the sites console. First I will go with sites console. For that purpose I will open my AEM, so author instance, and we can open AEM console. So I will open AEM and we'll try to understand what are the consoles we have, and everything we'll try to understand the consoles. Basically these are the consoles we have in AEM: sites console, package manager, assets, page editor, CRXT meaning content repository extreme development. So I will open here content repository extreme development environment. Okay, environment. So we'll try to understand one by one console. So we can log in with credentials, that is the admin. So this is the main dashboard. We can start with start.html. And here you see this is the console. This is the sites console. If I go through it, if I go through the sites console, if you can see these many options we have. If I open here, we have the create option, and like yesterday we had deployed one project into our AEM instance, that is the demo project. If I open the demo project, under the demo project we have the pages. PS is the one page, EN is the one page, and under the EN we will be having multiple pages like article based tech and tech mantra. Will be having multiple pages. So this we can call toggle sidebar. This is the toggle sidebar, and this is the explorer explorer panel. This is the explorer panel actually. This we can say explorer panel. If here we have the create option, if I create that one, we'll be having multiple options like page, site, live copy and all. So for example, if I create one page, we need, now the page name is the site, and I have created the page successfully. I am opening the page. I am opening the page. The page is loading. If you observe here, if I click on the page, here we have the action bar. So here we will be having multiple options. Okay. Edit option is for editing the page. And the page have the properties like we need to add the like the properties like the description and the description. If you observe here, description, the page title and the tags, navigation and subtitle, description, on time or off time. So these are all comes under the page properties. These all comes under the page properties. And then so if you observe here, lock meaning like if you keep as a log, then nobody can access our page, nobody can modify our page. That is the log. And copy meaning, if you want to duplicate the same page, then we will use the copy. Moving mean, if you want to move the page from here to some other project, then we will use the move option. Quick publish, already we did we can move the page from publish instance to other instance, then we will use the quick publish. You guys clear with this point? These are the action bar. In the action bars, we will be having the multiple options. Create meaning, we can create one more page. Edit meaning, we can edit the page. Properties meaning page properties like tags, we need to add the tags, description. So all the page related properties are available under the properties. And lock option is which is used to, if you keep as a lock, nobody cannot modify our page. And copy meaning, if you want to copy our page and we need to keep in other project also, then we will use the copy and then we'll move from here to others. And move also same. Copy the page, you can move the page from one place to another place. And quick publish meaning, we can push our content to publish instance through the replication agents. So these are these many options we have. These many options we can observe in the pages, in the sites console. The same thing, I will open one PDF. So through the PDF, we'll try to understand one by one. Yeah, these are the consoles actually. These are the consoles: sites console, page editor console, and assets console, package manager console, CRXT console, and system console. Okay, you guys clear with this one? So this is the console. So after this console, so we'll be having one option. If you go through it, we'll be having one option, that is the create. You can take any project. In our case, if I am going through it, my demo project. This is the demo project. If I go through it, so you will get the options. Here you can create the page, and these are the options, and we have discussed the options. And so you can select the template. Based on the template, we have successfully created the page. And then we'll be having the page properties. Page properties meaning page level information. If you see here, page level information should be like this: title, description, and navigation title, etc. These are comes under the page properties. If you observe here, if you select any page, so you might be get the options like properties, lock, copy, move, quick publish, manage publications, and restore. These many options you will get. Okay, these many options you will get. you can have the delete option also. If you want to delete the page, you can delete the page with the help of delete option also. If you observe, see these are the points. Can you please read this, guys? Read this point. Edit. Please read this point. Click on edit button to navigate page editor to add page specific content by using the components. Are you guys clear with my point? Select the page. There we have the edit option. So with the help of edit option, we can navigate the page editor and we can add a specific content to the page. Are you guys clear with my point? This is the search page. If I click on edit, so this is the entire page. There, if I want to add the if I want to add the component is the text. And if I want to add the image, I would like to add the image. And simply I am giving some text. Hello and welcome to Search Software Solutions. So whatever the text I have given in the text component. In the same way, in the image also, you can give any image. So based on the drop down, you can give the images. So how can I edit these all the things? With the help of edit option. So that's the thing I am saying. So we need to know all the options. We need to know all the actions. Edit is the one action, properties is the one action, lock is the one action, copy is the one action. So we need to aware of all the actions. If you see lock, what does it mean by lock? Lock the page with your name to avoid the conflicts, meaning other team members cannot modify until you unlock the page. So that's the thing. If you lock your page, nobody cannot modify. So that is the purpose of the lock option. Okay. And copy, meaning you can copy and paste. You can copy. I would say copy page. You can copy the page and reuse wherever you want. Okay, na? And next thing is we can relocate and rename the page. So with the help of move, you can relocate. You can change place from one place to another place, and you can rename the page as well. In the same way, delete also. Delete. You can delete the page from the author server. And in the same way, quick publish also. Which is used to push the content from author instance to publish server. Are you guys clear with my point? Next, to manage publications. It can be used to activate or deactivate now or later. So these many options we will be having whenever you select on the page. If I select the page, so these many options you will get. Edit the page properties, locking the page, copy and rename or relocating, move the content from author instance to publish instance, manage the publications, and we'll be having delete option also. So if I open the manage publications, we will get one more drop down. That drop down should be like this. Drop down should be like this. If I want to publish, I can schedule now. If I want to publish later, then I will choose the later option. Okay, sorry. Then I will choose the later option. Okay. So this is about the sites console. Any doubts have anyone? Any questions from the sites console? Sites console, simply whenever you start with the start.html, there the first page itself will be having the sites console. Here will be having, if you go through your project, there will be having the options like create. There you can create one page, or you can have the existing page. You can, if you select on the page, then you know you will get the options like edit options, properties option, lock option, copy option, move option, click publish option. These many options you will get. These many options you will get. So these many options you will get. So this is all about sites console. This is all about sites console. The second console is page editor. Page editor. Page editor meaning, if you select the page, for example, if I am going here, I will open with AEM start.html, AEM start.html. If I go my sites, if I go my project, demo, and yes, here, if I select the page, this is the page editor. This is the page editor. This is the one console. That is the one console. That is the page editor console. That one is the page editor console. Page editor console. So if you observe here, if I open this one, this is the side toggle bar. If you observe here, toggle side panel, TSP, toggle side panel. This is the page information. This is the page information. This is the emulator. This is the emulator. Are you guys clear with my point? This is the toggle side panel. If you simply cursor, you can move over on it. You know the name will be displaying on beside the cursor. Toggle side panel, page information, and emulator, and then after this, so if I click on it, if I click on toggle side panel, you will get the toggle side panel. These are the options. This is the assets option, and this is the components, and this is the content tree. Content tree meaning, like whatever the components we will add in the page, all the components should be visible on content tree. Content tree meaning, whatever the page is holding the components, whatever the components is holding the page, all the components should be available under the content, under the content tree. These are the components, like what are the components are available in our project. The components will be visible here. The components you can show, the components are visible here, and we will be having assets. Assets meaning, assets is the different console. So with the help of assets, you can like manage our folders, I would say files, videos, images, everything you can manage in the assets. Everything you can manage in the assets. If you have the videos, you can upload the videos here itself, and if you have the images, you can upload the images. If you have the files, you can upload the files as well. Okay. Okay. So if I click the page, if I edit the page, and you know we'll get like this. This is the component I have added. The component will be having the options like this. This is the edit option, and this is the configure option, and this is the copy option, this is the cut option, and this one is the delete option. This one is the, if you want to add one more component insert to it, you can add it. And this one is the group. If you want to add this component to one group, you can group it as you can group it. And parent, and this is the convert component to experience fragment variation, and this is the layout. These are the options. All the component will have the options. Okay. Edit option, configure option, and you know, copy option, cut option, delete option, insert option, and grouping option, and parent option, and convert to experience fragment option, and this is the layout option. If you see, I will add one more text component here. You can observe what will happen here itself. I will try to add text component. I will try to add text component. This is the text component. If I would like to add some more component to here, like we are in such software solutions. Okay. So I have added the text component to the page. If I open the content tree, if you can observe, if you can open my content tree, if you can observe how we are adding the components to the page in the same way. In the content tree also, under the container, all the components will be organized. All the components will be organized. Text is the one component, image is the one component, text is the one component. How we are adding the components in the page, in the same way, all the components will organize inside the container also. This is the container. Whatever the components you are adding to the page, all the components will be organized inside the container. How we are adding to the page, in the same way. In the same way, all the components will be organized inside the container as well. Okay, inside the container as well. Okay, this is all about page editor. Page editor meaning simply whenever you click on the page, you know, you should be go through it, you will get this kind of dashboard. This is the toggle side panel TSP, and this is the page information, and this is the emulator. This is the emulator. In the toggle side panel, we'll be having the assets option, and we'll be having components option, and we'll be having content tree. How we are adding the components to the page, in the same way, the content tree itself also, inside the container, all the components should be added. All the components should be organized. All the components should be managed in the same way. Okay, are you guys clear with my point? Clear with the point. Next one is assets console. Third one is assets console. So basically, with the help of assets console, we can basically assets console of AEM helps import, manage, save the digital assets such as images, videos, documents, audio files, content fragments across the different channels. So the main purpose of assets is you can manage images, videos, documents, audio files, content fragments across the different channels. Content fragments across the different channels. Clear with my point? The main purpose of assets is you can manage digital assets such as images, videos, documents, audio files, content fragments across the different channels. Content fragments across the different channels. So how will you go? How will you open that console? Is simply you can open here. Search with localhost 4502. You can mention with assets. Assets.html. If you double click on it, you will get the dashboard. This is the assets dashboard. So here, for example, if you want to upload the videos, we can create one folder, and we can mention one name, like this is the videos for this one, and we can mention the name, and we can upload all the videos in that folder. Like if you want to upload the images, you can mention this image is belonging to this category, and you can mention the folder name, and you can upload all the videos to here. Whatever the videos we have uploaded, we can access all the images and all the videos across our author server. Okay, you guys clear with my point? Basically, assets, which is the main purpose of assets. The main purpose of assets to manage the images, to I would say to manage the images, audios, and videos with the help of assets. For example, if you want to upload like 10 or 20 images, how will you upload? You can create one folder, and you can mention one name for the images, like the folder name is images, and whatever the images you want, you can upload in that folder. That images you can use across your author server. You can use across your website that images, that videos, that files, whatever the files you are uploaded into the assets. By using the folders, you can use those images, those videos across your website. Are you guys clear with my point? Hmm? Hmm. 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 Okay. So the main purpose of assets console is to manage the images, to manage the videos, to manage the audio files, and to manage the files. Okay, to manage the files, you can simply create the folder and you can mention the name. There you can upload whatever the images you want, you can upload, and whatever the videos you want, you can upload into the folder, and you can access across the author server. Okay, across the other. So that is all about assets console. That is all about the assets console. Okay, next console is the CRXT. So CRXT is the very important. So before going to that, we'll be having package manager. So package manager is the console. I will open my settings. We'll be having deployment. This is the packages. So last session we had done the discussion with backend folders and front end folders. Backend folders and front end folders. So for the front end folders, these are the front end folders. Front end modules. Front end modules are like this. Front end modules are like this. I would say first one is the UI apps and UI content, and I would say UI config, and I would say UI front end, and I would say all. So these files are comes under the front end. If you want to move the content from front end modules, then we need to make it as a .zip file. We need .zip meaning we need to package. We need to package all the content related to front end, and you can movement from one environment to another environment. You can movement one environment to another environment. For that purpose, we need one console, that is the package manager. That is the package manager. There will be having create package. If you want to, you can give the name and you can create the package here itself. And for example, if you download any package from other environments like dev environment or any testing environment, if you download any environment, you can simply upload here. Okay. So the package manager, the main purpose of the package manager is the front end related data. The front end related, what are the front end modules we have? Component, I would say content. So the front end modules data you can move from one environment to another environment with the help of .zip. So simply you can create the package and then you can move the content from one package to another package, one environment to another environment. For the backend, we have only one module, backend module. We have only one module, that is the core module. So for the core module deployment, we will be having command, that is the maven clean install -p auto install single package. Only one way to deploy backend into the AEM server is the command. Through the command only you can deploy our backend module into the AEM server. Okay. So here for creating the package, we need to give the first package name, and you can give the version. So this is the optional. 1.0 is the optional, and group name is also optional. And then you can in the edit symbol, if you go through the edit symbol, whatever the component you want to package, you give that path here, and then you can build and you can download. You can download whenever you download that package should be downloaded in your local. That package should be downloaded in your local. So this will discuss going forward. Right now just I would say you can try to understand. Okay, these are the consoles available. In the same way, upload the package also. Upload the package also, like if you download the package from different environments like text environment and some other environments, you will download the package. That package you should upload in your author server with the help of upload package. Upload package. After the uploading package, you need to install. We need to install. So this is all about package manager. This is all about package manager. Okay. So next one is the CRXT. CRXT meaning Content Repository Extreme Development. Content Repository Extreme Development. So simply, if I open, I will show how the console should be. If I open the settings, you will get the CRXT. You will get the CRXT. So this is the dashboard of the CRXT. This is the dashboard of the CRXT. This is our project, the project we have like deployed into the AEM server in the yesterday session. And if I open components, these all are the components. These all are the components. And this entire panel is Explorer panel. Explorer panel. And this entire panel, this panel is Properties panel. Properties panel. This is the Action panel. This is the meaning save all, create, delete, copy, move. This is the Action panel. And this one is the Navigation panel. This one is the Navigation bar. And this is the search bar. This is the search bar. You guys clear with my point? First, this is the Navigation panel. This is the Navigation bar. And this is the Action bar. This one is side one is the Explorer panel. Explorer. We are exploring whatever the projects we have. We are exploring. This is the exploring panel. This is the Properties panel. Every component and every node have some properties. This is the Properties panel. This is the Properties panel. This is the Properties panel. Okay, I am going through it. If you see, simply you can go through it, CRXT, and we'll be having Explorer panel meaning. If you see, this is the Navigation panel, and this is the action bar. This is the Navigation bar. This is the Action bar, and this is the Explorer panel, and this is the Properties panel. This is the Properties panel. You guys clear with this one? You get the clarity, like what is what, the basic understanding. This is the Navigation bar. This is the Action bar, and this is the Explorer the panel, and this is the Properties panel. This is the Properties panel. Okay. And next one is System console. Next one is the System console. Next one is the System console. System console, basically with the help of System console, we can track the bundles and configurations. Localhost 4502. Here I will go here, CRXT. There we will be having tools. Here we can operations. This is the System console. Operations, Web console. If I open this one, we'll get bundles and configurations. There, whatever the bundle we have deployed, so everything you can track here. OSGI bundles, you can open the bundle and you can cross check your bundle name. You can cross check with Control F, and you can cross check with your bundle name. So this is my bundle. This is my bundle. If you observe .core bundle meaning like the backend, everything will be in this. If I open this one, if you have the timestamp, you can see the timestamp as well. So based on the timestamp, you will get the clarity when the bundle got deployed into the AEM server. When the bundle got deployed into the AEM server. You guys clear with my point? Total we have the 6 consoles. Total we have the 6 consoles. What are the consoles? First one, sites console. Second one, package manager. Third one, assets. Fourth one, page editor. Fifth one, CLXT. Sixth one, system console. Now you guys get the clarity. What are the consoles we have? How will you use the consoles? Okay. Now you will get the basic understand, like how to what are the consoles we have in AEM and how to use the consoles. You will get the clarity. So simply if I open this one, so these are the consoles. So we will use most of them, these consoles. Okay. So after console completion, we'll try to create one component, so we'll try to understand what does it mean by component. What does it mean by component? So the first thing is component is a modular unit. Component is the first point is component is a modular unit. And second point, it have the edit behavior. With that we can edit our component. Okay. And next point is the component can hold other components also. Component can hold other components also. Okay. Component can hold other components also. So fourth point is you can implement at one time. You can implement component at one time. We can reuse multiple times. Are you guys clear with my point? Component is the modular unit. In the interview perspective, they simply ask what is component. Component is a modular unit. It have the edit behavior. With that we can edit our component, and component can hold other components also, and we can implement component at once. We can reuse multiple times. Okay, we can reuse multiple times. So how will you create the component? The steps how to create component. So before how to create the component, we'll try to understand what does it mean by the structure, how the structure will be there. So we'll try to understand. So desktop, we have into resources, and if you see here, I will open this one with with the animations. If you see here right now, this is the entire page layout. having logo is the one component, search is the one component, and this navigation is the one component. So every page will be having the same content are available in header and footer. Header and footer, the same components, whatever the same component and the same content always available in the header and footer. Header and footer. In the main content meaning business logic. The business logic are available in the main content. If you observe here, we can organize the component like this. Left navigation is the one component, banner is the one component, text is the one component, again this text is the one component, this image is the one component, this text is the one component. So in the header and footer section, the I would say the common content will be available in the header and footer section. In the main content, the business logic will be available. The business logic will be available. If you can observe, in the most of the all the pages, the common content header and footer in local state. Those are in local state. The common content will be available. In the main content, the business logic will be available. Business logic will be available. If you see here, these are the components. We are organizing the components like this. Left navigation. So based on the requirement, you can organize the component. This is the one sample actually. This is the page load. This is the one sample. Left navigation, banner, text. This is the one component, and we are organizing the components with the help of layout, image, and text. So this is the page layout. Entire thing is the page layout. This is the header section. This is the footer section. This is the body section. This is the body section. Are you guys clear with my point? So next, how to create the component, we'll try to understand. So the first step is, we'll try to understand step wise. The first step is create a node. Create a node, and you can mention primary type CQ colon component. You can mention JCR colon primary type. JCR colon primary type CQ colon dialog. CQ colon component. This is the mandatory step. CQ colon component. So that is the first step. So simply I am going to my CRXT. So I am removing all the above tabs. So from scratch onwards I will open localhost 4502. Okay, and I am opening my CRXT. So creating components easy with the CRXT. So that's why we are creating the components with the help of CRXT. So demo is my project. Inside the demo, these many components we have. These are the predefined components. These are the predefined components Adobe team has provided. These are the many components. Okay, these are the predefined components. Now we want to create one custom component. Simply right click on the components, and we will be having create node, and you can give the component name anything. So in my case I am giving the search, and we need to mention the JCR primary type CQ colon component. That is the mandatory step. That is the mandatory step. CQ colon component. I am typing with CQ colon component. CQ colon component. So right click over the components, we will get one wizard box. There you can give the name as such, and type is the CQ colon component. CQ colon component. Right click on it. So you know one node has created. Every time you should click on the Control S. You should click on the Control S. Okay. So we did create a node. We can mention JCR primary type. JCR primary type is the CQ component. CQ component. That is the step number 1. In the step number 2, create a file. And we can mention the file. We can mention the file name, and component name should be the same. Component name should be same, and extension with the .html. extension should be .html. That is the step number 2. I am going my component, right click on the component, create, you will get the file. So the component name and file name should be the same. I am giving the search and search.html. That is the step number 2. And Control S. Every time you should press on the Control S. Control S. So till now we did the 2 steps. Right click. We will be having create file. There we will get the option, this box. There you can give the component name and file name should be the same. Okay, component name and file name should be the same. That is the step number 2. And step number 3, we need to add the properties, or should be like this. So for every component, these are the mandatory properties. So in the step number 3, we need to add the properties. Add properties. What are the properties we need to add? Add properties. So what are the properties? So first one is the component group. And second one is the JSR title. These two are the properties we need to add for every component. Whatever the steps I am saying, these we need to follow for every component creation. Okay, simply I am going to my component group. So currently I am copying from component group from the existing component. So hello world is the already existing component. So from there onwards I am copying the component group. And I am pasting my custom component. So simply you can go on the properties, you can paste this. You guys clear with my point? We need to add the properties. So in the step number 2 steps are clear. In the third step, we need to add the properties for the component. What are the properties? The first property is the component group. Second property is the JSR title. So component group, currently right now what I am doing, already predefined components have component group. Hello world is the predefined component. This component has already component group. This component group I am simply copying and I am pasting in my current component. You guys clear with my point? And second property is the JSR title. Which is used to call our component. This component group which is used to categorizing our components. For example, you are working on banking project. Okay, we are categorizing like 50 components might be service, and 50 components might be some education related. So how will you organize, how will you easily identify? You can make it as a group. Service related components are, you can make it as a service group, and education related components you can make it as the education group. So components you can categorize with the help of component group. Okay. So currently what I am doing, simply hello world is the component. If you click on it, you will get the properties panel. This is the properties panel. So if you click on the like property, component group is the one property. If you click on the property, right click on the property, you will get the options. Simply copy that existing property and you can paste in our component. If you click on the same process, if you click on our component, you will get the properties panel. There you can paste our property. Clear with this point? Next property is the JSR title. JSR title meaning, in the page we need to call our component. How will you call? We need to mention name. Whatever the name you are mentioning in the JSR title, that is the name which is used to calling our component in the page. So here I am mentioning the name, that is the JSR title, and the name I am mentioning the search. the name I am mentioning the search. Add name, control S, and this is the step number 3. So till now 3 steps are done. If you want to create any component, this what I am saying, these steps are mandatory. Fourth one, we need to add the child nodes. What are the child nodes? First one is the CQ colon dialog, and second one is the CQ colon design dialog, CQ colon design dialog, CQ colon design dialog, and CQ colon dialog config. So you can add child nodes. Among those 3 you can add anyone. So CQ dialog is the different one, and design dialog is the different one, and dialog config is the different one. Okay, dialog config is the different one. So dialog creation is the different session. Actually it will take 1 hour class. Okay, the dialog creation is the different session, so it will take 1 hour of session for creating the dialog from scratch level. It will take 1 hour session. So for currently what I am doing, I am copying existing CQ dialog, I am pasting in my current component. Are you guys clear with my point? You guys clear with these points, these 3 points? So fourth point is we need to add the child node. The child node, these are the child nodes. CQ dialog is the one child node, CQ design dialog is the one child node, CQ dialog config is the one child node. Among those 3 we need to add one node, any one node. Okay, we need to add any one node. So dialog creation is it will take separate one session. So right now what I am doing, I am copying existing dialog. So simply I am going existing predefined component hello world. So if you observe here, we will be having hello world component. So under the CQ dialog, so this is the CQ dialog should be like this: CQ dialog, content, items, column, items, text. So based on the requirement, we can add more nodes as well. Okay, right now what I am doing, so I am not creating the CQ dialog creation. It will take 1 more session. Right now what I am doing, I am copying existing CQ dialog, I am pasting in my current component. So simply I am going to my search, I am pasting, save as. So I will explain one more time. Create the node, we can mention JSR title, JSR primary type, CQ colon component. This is the mandatory step. These are the mandatory steps. So if you want to create any component in future and anywhere, these are the mandatory steps. Create the node, the JSR type, you should mention the CQ colon component, and second one is you should mention you need to create the file. The file name extension should give the .html, file name and component name should be the same. And the third step, we need to add the properties. What are the properties? Component group and JSR title. So component group, currently what I am doing, I am copying from the existing component group. In the same way, we need to add the child nodes also. These are the child nodes. So among those child nodes, we can add one node. So right now dialog creation is, it will take 1 more session. So right now what I am doing, I am copying pasting. Already we have the CQ dialog in the existing component. I am simply copy pasting. You guys clear with my point, what I am saying? So here what I am writing, so this is the search component. Now the search component is having the properties like component group we have added, JSR title is we have added, and the CQ dialog we have added successfully, and it is having one HTML. If what I am saying, I am mentioning h1 tag. Inside the h1 tag, what I am saying, welcome to some text dummy message I am writing, welcome to search. Okay, I'm saving this one. I'm saving this one. You guys clear with my point? Now I will open AEM localhost 4502 and I will open sites, and under the demo and US, and you can open any page. You can open any page, edit the page, and their drop down will be having the drag component. You can search the name with whatever the name you have given here. Whatever the name you have given here, search. You can search with that name. We can search with that name. So I am searching search. If you see the component, whatever the name you have mentioned there, with the help of this name you can call the component into the page. You can call the component over the page. Okay, so here we have the search component, and here whatever the message I have passed, welcome to search, I have passed here. Okay, welcome to search. So if select on my component, if you see the component, whatever the component I have created, that component I have added successfully to my page, and if I open the content tree, if you see, so the first under the content fragment we have the search component. The same way you can observe, this is the content fragment, this is the content fragment. Under the content fragment we have the search component. Here we have the search component. Here we have the search component. So this is the way to create the component. So with the help of CRXT you can easily create the components. So that's why we are using the components. With the help of, we can create the components with the help of CRXT. You guys clear with my point right now? Naveen got it, how to create component? Anvesh, you got it? Asif, got it, how to create the component? You guys, should I explain one more time, or should I close the session? Huh? Oh, okay, I will explain one more time. I will explain one more time. You guys can please listen. Vamsi, Sai. So these are the steps we need to follow while creating the component. First step is over the components. So for example, normally we have deployed the demo project yesterday. Under the demo project, we will be having the components folder. So simply if you click on the plus symbol, so the components will open. Under the components folder, all the components we have. These are the predefined components actually. If you click on the components, if you right click on the over the components, we will be having create option, create node. You can create node and you can give the CQ column. It will ask the type. You compulsory mandatorily you can mention the JSR primary type is the CQ colon component. That is the step number one. So with that you can successfully create the one node, component node. With the help of the component node, the second step is we need to create one file. For file, simply you can go over the component, and this is my component. Search is the component. Right click on the search, you will get the create and file. File name and component should be the same. File name extension should be .html. That is the step number 2. We need to write these steps and we need to follow the same steps. In the third step, we need to add the properties for the component. What are the properties? The first property is component group. So right now what I am doing, I copy and paste from existing components. So you will be having the existing components like hello world. If I click on the hello world, this is the properties panel. In the properties panel, we'll get the component option. Component is the property. I am simply copying that property and I am pasting this here. I am pasting in my component, such a component. And next thing is okay. Okay. Next thing is JCR title. So from here to here, these all steps are mandatory. If you miss any step, you will not get the component on the page. You are doing, but your component is not coming on the page, meaning you are mistaken. You did the mistake. Okay. Next one is the JSI title. JSI title, which is used to call our component on the page with the help of this name. So JSI title. Here we have the search, and most of the data type. String is the data type. String is the data type. So most of all are in string format only, string data type only. Okay. Next thing is dialog. So this is the child node actually. This is the child node. This child node will be having inside the I would say search, meaning dialog creation. It will take one more session. So for right now, what I am doing, I am copying existing dialog. We'll be having predefined components. In the predefined components, we have the existing CQ dialog. If you click on the CQ dialog, you just right click on the CQ dialog, you will get the copy option. You can simply copy that CQ dialog. You can paste wherever you want. You can paste on the component. Simply select on the component. You can paste here. You can paste here. So with that, all the things, whatever the component creation needed, all the things we have done. These are the steps we need to follow while creating the component. These are the mandatory steps. If you are doing all the things, but if you are not coming the component over the page, you did mistake somewhere. You need to cross check all the things. You need to cross check all the things. So this is the entire process of the component creation. These are the mandatory steps while creating the component. Okay. So that's it today. I hope